3, 2, 1. Roll Evans, sound is off. Here we go. We're just going to start the show.
You're watching Fox 6 News at 10.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Brian Christie.
And I'm Esther Tro. The former Claremont High School teacher pleaded not guilty today in court.
Number 12, full sound with
In the courtroom,
CG1.
she has details on this
Roll 12,
case.
sound, take 5.
Danielle Walls says she's not guilty of the 15 charges against her. Every single job is equally important.
I depend on everybody that is part of the live broadcast.
We have a team like that who really knows, they know what they're doing, and it makes us all feel like we can do this together. It's not a one-man band.
It's like being in a family.
It's a little bit intense.
You always have to be prepared for something different.
No room for error. It's live, you can't retake, it's not recorded.
That's very stressful.
Yeah, stressful, pretty stressful, very stressful.
I love my job.
The producer's job is content. The producer has to have an idea of what's important to San Diegans and what's going to be interesting, entertaining.
The biggest story of the day, what people are talking about, what you overhear when you're at their grocery store, what's going to be the big headline on the newspaper.
This is what happened today, and this is what happened today in your neighborhood, and this is what happened today that might affect your life. And I know that they're relying on us to find out, and it's a huge responsibility.
In the editorial meeting, we look for the latest, best, most interesting video and stories. We're in charge of bringing together all of the national and international stories. Our reporters are mostly covering the big local stories of the day. It's really like a puzzle coming together.
It's such an amazing team effort, and most people really don't realize that.
The biggest part of putting a newscast together is that you rely on everybody.
Everyone.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Literally, everybody.
This is a team effort. This isn't one person.
I depend on the producer to put a show together that's not going to be all over the place. I depend on the technical operations center to make sure that the live shots are coming through where they need to be. Depend, of course, heavily on the technical director to make sure that everything is clean on air. I depend heavily on audio to make sure that we get sound on the air. A lot of people don't realize that audio is 50% of what we actually put on television. I depend on the anchors to not flub their lines. Depend on the camera operators and everybody in the studio. Kind of have to depend on everybody to do their job.
I depend on the photographers and the editors and the writers and the producers and the directors, everybody here. Without them, what I do means absolutely nothing.
We are 15 minutes away from another live shot.
At the last minute, we got breaking news, and so we sent Chris Van Cleve.
I actually really enjoy sort of the dropping everything and running out to a story and trying to gather the facts and turn it around real quick.
Well, run and gun, I mean, that's what it's all about.
And he was able to get to the scene and get a shot up and send back a BOSOT in a matter of like 15 minutes for the top of the show.
Get there, get some video, get some sound, get the shot up, get it fed back, and get on the air as quickly as possible.
Right out of the gate, I'm looking for good video, just looking for action.
Who, what, where, when, why, how. And if we can get that information out, we've basically covered the story as best we can.
You're really trying to tell a story through pictures. You're trying to convey emotion with the camera.
We have official sound from a police lieutenant. That's probably as much as we're going to get tonight, unless they catch the guy, and then we may get that kind of an update. He's dialing into our technical operations center to establish a link with the director so he can hear what's going on in the show.
I have control of receivers on top of Mount Miguel, Mount Soledad, Mount Palomar. This allows us to dial in our live shots every night.
We have an update now on the breaking news we first brought you at the top of the show.
Police are on the scene of an armed robbery near the sports arena. It happened on Midway Drive, and that is where Fox 6 News reporter Chris Van Cleve joins us now with more. Chris.
Brian and Esther, they're calling him the NFL Bandit, and he has struck again. It was a little bit before 9 o'clock when he walked through these doors at the EB Game Store in the 3600 block of Midway. No one was hurt, though the police tell us the clerk was pretty shaken up by the whole ordeal. It matches the description almost exactly to the man who robbed the Subway store in this area last night. That is the latest from Midway. Chris Van Cleve, Fox 6 News.
Now, Fox 6 Weather Tracker.
All right. So the guys in the control room, here's what they do. They're able to put my weather graphics behind me using the miracle of technology. The computer says, whenever you see this color green, put the weather graphics behind Chris. Now, I'm not wearing any green. You don't see any weather graphics on top of me, but watch what happens when I put some green on. I become the floating head at FOX6. Can we say that on the air? That's how it all works behind the scenes. Don't you feel gratified to know that now?
If something goes wrong in the newscast and the director is not the leader, the ship goes down. Firefighters quickly knocked down...
12 Neos next as you want Lakeside. Roll 12, take. Nats on it, if you got them. Lose 13, the map is next. Roll 15, fact.
About an hour earlier, a fire was reported in Santee.
Former San Diego cop is now looking at 5 years
Roll 12, take fly.
James Estrella was in federal court today. He pleaded guilty to...
Finesse is what sets you apart from the competition, because all the other guys just like to put the show on the air. Accuracy is of 100% importance. Everything is to the second or to the frame.
The days you tell a really kick-ass story, or you've broken a story and been able to beat the competition, that's a great day.
There's a lot of people who play a very, very big part in what we do every single day. Those are the people who you don't normally see on camera. They're the people behind the scenes, but they are extremely important, and we could not do what we do without them.
Camera loves me.
Or maybe the other way around, I don't know.
Hey, we're doing something of importance here.